Derek's
You said you're gonna give. Oh hell yeah! Sunsleep have dropped their newest album, Terrible Things.
No, they don't mean
Which I say there, but I believe it's just Evan now, right?
It is just Devin.
Okay. Well, God bless the fact that it's just Evan, because he gets to write maybe the best breakup album of all time. I mean, this is... So I follow Devin's personal like Instagram account, or like, you know, he posts personal things on there because I really like his solo music. And I figured I needed to know about it. I'd follow him there. And this album, as far as I can tell, is written about, I don't know if they ever got engaged, but at the very least, his ex-girlfriend of about 5 years, who they broke up fairly recently. And I found out through his Instagram stories that like she was cheating on him and had been for a long time and lied about it. And then he caught her and like they got back together, I want to say. Like he gave her another chance, and then she cheated on him behind his back again for like another like months long period. Yeah. And so he decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to write an album about the breakup and the relationship. And holy fuck, it's such a petty, messy, dramatic album. I love it. I haven't heard a story this well told and thorough and like low-key diss tracks in a long time. It was an incredible listen to under that. I mean, in general, but under that lens, you get like Breaking Through at the start, which is incredibly upbeat and catchy. There is nothing but thieves written all over here. You know, I would say so too. And I didn't like the fact that Breaking Through didn't transition cleanly into a place that we call home the first time I listened to it. But then once I got, no, I didn't like the pause. But once I got the like context of the full album, it made a lot of sense. I'll get to that. But
dude, a place that we call home is my favorite.
Yes.
Banger song, dude. Jake,
it
you
is
said that was
so
your favorite,
fucking
right?
I think this is not just my favorite song on the album. I think this is my favorite Sunsleep song, period.
Just Devin era, I would say so. I still really like Stolen Crowd.
I would say that the place that we all call home has had a lot more longevity with me in just the month that it's been out than anything on Moonlight Euphoria had.
Wow. You know what? That's valid, though. I can totally see it. Because in some ways, that song in and of itself feels like a next step from the sound that was on Moonlight Euphoria. But I also feel like, just from a personal perspective, like, the fact that Devin has full reign to do whatever he wants on this album is... I love the way that it shows and tells from the start about, like, how this place that they called home is now fucked up because of both of their actions, but mainly hers. And the way that you get to find out just how much he felt that her actions in the relationship were holding him back. Having the context, I loved Buzzkill as a single. Having the context of it being in this album is phenomenal, because he not only gets to talk about how much of a buzzkill she was, but then he gets to tell everybody, and probably her if she's listening, how much of a buzzkill like she was to him and his like relationship. And now he gets to turn around and like put out this album that she's like, I hope it's a fucking buzzkill to you, and I want to let you know you're a fucking buzzkill. And like Deadweight being about like their relationship and her as well, and like the different like ebbs and flows and the gamut of emotions and range of emotions that you would feel about a relationship like that, on like reminiscing about things you could have done better, reminiscing on when things were good. You know, you have a song like Sorry that talks about like how sorry he is for the things that he did, and like questions like, oh, like, if I tore out my heart to you, would you come running back? And then he realizes like, hey, I'm able to say sorry. You never said sorry for any of the shit you did, and you were the one in the wrong. And like, it's being able to, the nostalgia that I feel on Devin's behalf for a better relationship that he outlines in here, and then puts us through all the trauma and like abuse that he went through, is crazy. I have a full story, and I feel for him by the time I'm done with this album. Like, it's actually incredible. And then there are lyrics like on Mascara where it's like, Are you sitting in the backseat of your mom's SUV crying like, I wish you could go back and listen to the 1975 again? And like all these things where it's like nostalgia for him about better days. He's dissing her. He's talking about how much better off he is without her and how awful it was to be with her when they had their lowest points. It really does feel like this is just a personal letter, not only for himself to be able to express himself and move past things, which is what I believe Breaking Through is, that he gets done being like, you can never say sorry, and like, I'll say sorry and I'm the bigger person that you can never be, and I'm able to move on. And then you have the first upbeat song in forever in Breaking Through, which is what I feel like it's meant. Breaking Through to me almost feels both like a closer and an opener. It's an opener to set the tone for how good things were going until shit got bad. And it's also like an indication of his mood moving forward, that like it's leaving behind all the melancholy and the sadness and the slowness, and he's breaking through what he had to go through when he was with her. I will get off my soapbox, but actually before I do, I want to highlight songs like Animal and Deadweight that were released as singles. I wasn't really feeling as much. Having them in the context of the songs that are around them as well as the album, fucking phenomenal. You can hear all of the writing. Absolutely. And I also appreciate how much he wears his influences musically on his sleeve. Like, I hear all sorts of 80s pop. I hear Nothing But Thieves, which I know he's a fan of. I hear Nick Jonas. I hear The Weeknd. Like, all these pop influences have come in, and he can just make the music he wants to, which not only is personal lyrics, but it's his personal taste shining through and influences. I think that this is not only the best Sunsleep album, but also one of the best albums that's come out this year. And from a storytelling perspective, purely, it is a top 3 that I think I've heard in my life ever. I mean, yeah, this is incredible. It's basically, it feels like he wrote a story and then put a soundtrack to it rather than vice versa. And it's wow. I loved this, every second of it. And it just keeps getting better with every listen, because I notice one more detail of the story or one more tie-in from a previous song and the themes. I was blown away. Incredible stuff.
No, I didn't even get that.
It's because you're not as parasocial.
I mean, I am.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
With this album right there, it's blurry, but you
oh
can tell
yeah,
what it is.
Oh yeah, that's Tomb right there.
Yeah,
Atlas by the store.
Yep. But I will agree with you on the part that this is Sunsleep's best album. And this is just like, I honestly didn't even know it was a freaking breakup album because I wasn't literally listening to the lyrics. I just vibed with the music, man.
That is the other thing, though. You can just vibe to it. It's an incredible vibe.
Yeah. And like, I knew I was going to love this album when Animal came out, because the switch up in that song, it's just amazing. And we get those vibes on, like I said, A Place We Call Home. I don't even know what else. Buzzkill. I love the like you said, the influences he's using, and it just all coming together, and it's just so good, man.
I suppose some of the slower songs, I know Jake, not the acoustic guy. There are probably some songs on here you didn't enjoy, but as a whole, how are you feeling about it?
I really enjoyed the opening few tracks. I think Breaking Through, A Place That We Call Home, Deadweight, What We Bargained For. The further that the album got and the more Sunsweep that I heard, the more parts of Sunsweep that I don't love came out. And really it just came down to like, I enjoy Sunsweep in small doses. And by the time I got to the end of the album, I was just mostly disengaged and just waiting for it to be over. And yeah, it's just like, not to say that there's anything bad with it, it's just this sound is not entirely my favorite. And I knew coming in that I probably wasn't going to love this. So the fact that I even got a song like A Place That We Call Home, and the song that I love as much as that, is a win for me. And I did come out of this growing on a handful of songs, like Deadweight, Hellfire single, Was
Yeah,
I
that
don't think
on
so.
single?
Was it?
Yeah,
Hellfire's pretty
remember.
good
Yeah,
too.
I stopped listening to singles.
Hellfire was pretty good too.
There are a lot of singles.
Yeah, ultimately it's just the deeper this album went,
5.
and like generally I feel like A Place That We Call Home and What We Bargained For, like some of the fastest paced songs on the album, and the deeper in, the more slower the songs got, and ultimately the less interested I unfortunately became with this album.
And it's understandable. I mean, given the subject matter, you can only have so many energetic versus acoustic or slower songs.
Yep.
But yeah, there are definitely songs in here, like you were mentioning, that like the average listener would absolutely love. But if you're into those, slower side of things, you want to get into the story, this is an album that has one to tell for sure. And I don't mean to call you average, Jake. I'm just thinking about people who are listening to rock and metal type of deal. You're not an average guy.
Well,
Stop it. You're good take Jake this episode.
no, but like, wait, can I album transition?
Can you what?
Can I album transition?
What about
to
Justin?
the
What
next
is Justin gonna say?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you can album
if anything.
transition. Oh, wait, yeah, Justin,
did you have any more
give it-
thoughts on Sunsleep here?
Admittedly, for some reason, I think it's just because I've been busy this month. I was only able to get through like a quarter of this album in full.
Hmm.
I need to give it a
Wow.
full listen.
I'm surprised actually. Like I knew you weren't really feeling the singles, but I'm surprised you didn't get through it.
It's just something about these last couple of weeks. I've just been busy.
I felt that. Well, that should go to show you how busy he is, because I don't think otherwise, Justin, you'd miss a Sunsleep release for the world.